This is David Kurtz for TPM Media. We're here in Denver with Harry Shearer, who's known to many of you as comedian and Simpsons voice, but also a passionate advocate for post-Katrina New Orleans. What brings you to the convention? New Orleans related, I presume?
Yes, it is. I'm vice chairman of the Friends of New Orleans, and we had a big party Sunday night showcasing New Orleans music and food, and also showcasing the fact that there's still an agenda of unfinished business. The feds drowned our city, and it's not an act of charity to make it right.
So you guys are trying to get that on the agenda?
On the agenda, both parties will have a similar party at the Republican convention next week. I won't be co-hosting that, but some Republicans in our organization will.
You've always made the point that this wasn't a hurricane-caused event so much as a failed levee event.
It was, in the words of Dr. Bob B. of UC Berkeley, who spent a year doing pro bono investigation of the disaster, the greatest man-made engineering disaster in American history. Katrina, when it reached New Orleans, was at worst a weak Category 2. The levees and flood walls the Federal Army Corps of Engineers built were advertised to withstand a Cat 3. They didn't stand up to the standard they promised, and 80% of the city was drowned as a result.
There's a hurricane forecast to move into the Gulf this week. Are things ready?
I think New Orleanians are ready. I don't think we believe in the Corps of Engineers. I don't think we believe in what they've done. You know, they have rebuilt only the parts of the flood walls along the canals that failed. But the rest of those very same flood walls, which failed, have not been strengthened. All that's standing between us and a repeat are the gates and the pumps, the temporary pumps, which, if you read the Associated Press report that came out last weekend, there are grave doubts about those pumps. They were installed too quickly. They were tested too quickly. They may not work.
And so as a New Orleanian, not by birth, but by, what do you say, love?
By adoption and love, yeah.
Are you seeing signs of rebirth in the city economically, culturally?
Every day. Every day. This is a grassroots, ground-up recovery. It's all done by the people who, one at a time, have had the resources individually, family, community, the occasional insurance check to come back and rebuild homes and businesses. But what is not happening is any large-scale plans. What is not happening is any semblance of leadership. What is not happening is the rebuilding of rental housing, so there are 100,000 evacuees in involuntary exile who can't come back. That's stifling the recovery. You can't get people to work at working persons' jobs, at working persons' incomes, if there isn't working persons' housing available. And there are no federal programs. There's a state program that's halting. The only federal program, as a matter of fact, is a reimbursement program, which says to landlords, oh, you rebuild and we'll reimburse you. We'll try to get credit for that in this climate.
Are you satisfied with the degree to which the Obama campaign has pledged to do more for New Orleans?
No. I haven't been pledged with any member of either party on this subject. John Edwards used us as a backdrop for a photo op, but if you went to his website, what was his program? More cops. Of course, I think he'd be rethinking that about now. I don't think we're on, Nancy Pelosi, when she took over the House, there was no mention of New Orleans on her mandate of what the Democratic House was going to accomplish. I think the main problem is that while the response can be fairly attributed to the Republicans currently occupying the White House, the cause of the disaster itself, the faults of the Corps of Engineers, happened over a 40-year period under administrations of both parties. There's no political juice in this for either party.
We appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
David Kurtz at TPM Media with Harry Shearer in Denver.